Hey babes, your fairy wave godmother here to give you some of the good, that stuff you didn't know you needed to know to get through this dumpster fire time on earth and to ignite your inner flame. Listen, be human and love. That is by far and large the vibe that I'm getting from this past few days, where lots of Leo energy, lots of sun energy, Mercury cazimi on the 31st of July. So Mercury directly conjunct in the heart of the sun. I mean, not literally, but like, big, hot, fiery bear hug from the sun. Yeah, that, and also Venus slid into Cancer, and also we are in the portal of Lionsgate. Let me rewind a little bit. As always, the downloads, the transmissions that I provide to you are meant to be a little bit of a sense maker, meant to provoke, meant to offer opportunities for reflection. So that's a really great time during this Mercury retrograde. Sorry, it's a really great premise to take into this Mercury retrograde, where there's a whole lot of action going on in the inner world. This area of Cancer and Leo getting super worked by Mercury, Venus, and Mars over the past 2 to 3 years. And now I could say, what's your lesson? But I want to say, so what's your storyline? Where are you in time and space? Instead of diving into new me, bright, cheery Leo energy, Leo season, I want you to consider where you are in time and space. Are you present in your heart to open more? And that's the timeline skip, jump, change, whatever, that would have a lot of meaning for you if you reflected on that. Venus is a whole situation. And soon Venus will also conjunct briefly Jupiter in Cancer. So yes, that's love, but that's also beauty and values and cash blowing up. And perhaps over the past, again, 2 or 3 years, if you've been tracking cycles, or at least tracking events in your life, you might see the thematic, you might see the story. And when your inner life has changed, when your values and what you hold true to you, your moral compass changes, as it does, your heart opens or closes, respective, right? I mentioned the Lion's portal. It's one of those things that gets a lot of hype. August 8th as the peak of the portal, the auspicious day. Not really an astrological thing, an astronomical thing, but there is energy there, energy imprinted on time and space. So what exactly is the Lionsgate portal? It is a period of about 2 weeks in the year where the sun in Leo aligns with Earth and Sirius, this spiritual star, and Orion's belt. And for some people, Sirius, that star, is a spiritual guide. For other people, it is an active line of communication to non-human intelligence, other parts of the universe, aliens, if you're cool with it, aliens. So this time of the year is imprinted with that opportunity to be more in contact with the higher dimensions. Choose your own adventure with that. But it's such a charged occasion, energetically charged, like that it might feel good to think about it. Envision yourself stepping through a door, stepping to the next level of consciousness, meeting your higher guides, or just going outside and finding Orion's belt and Orion in the sky. That too is a connection to this ecosystem of the stars, which are nature, part of nature, down here to Earth where we live and sometimes feel disconnected and a little lost and maybe overwhelmed in the energy. So bring it back to here and now, and that's what I mean when I say find yourself in time and space. Reflect upon how your human adventure has been for you over the past 2 or 3 years, and how you've grown and changed, or even just the combined efforts, the parts that you've worked on. And be with that. The retrograde is the reset. And yes, there are some outer planets in retrograde as well. But right now, I'd invite you to do you. Thinking specifically on your own experience and notes. I offer this opportunity also to press pause on the journey. I know, two opposing, fundamentally opposing things to do, but choose your own adventure, take your pick. Continue with the reflection and the sort of summary recap, do a little Scrooging and maybe envision your life over the past 2 or 3 years. The Mars transits, the Venus transits, the Mercury retrogrades. Who are you? What do you believe? What are your values? And then, how open is your heart? Or chill and let it be. This Lionsgate portal goes into August, and then once Venus and Jupiter conjunct, mid-August, August 11th. Jupiter will also be loosely opposed to the galactic center. Again, another one of those non-player characters in astrology, but in astronomy, that's really kind of interesting. Really interesting. And along with the idea of the galactic center comes the idea of star seeds and seeding across time and space, seeding consciousness across time and space. If I'm speaking your language, amazing. Enjoy the energy. If you're like, it's a little too weird, I don't know what this has to do with me. Okay, cool. Cool. Because ultimately in the ecosystem, in our story that we're actively living and moving through and hopefully growing, there's a lot that we actively cultivate and engage with, the psychic material or the material in the mind. And there are things that we don't necessarily openly engage with. Things, times, events that are more along the lines of the divine plan that just kind of show up for us, right? On August 8th or 9th will be the Aquarius full moon. And that's our last full moon until we hit eclipse season in September. Eclipse season is the ginormous pause. That's the receipt of some of this cosmic galactic energy. So up until now, and we'll pause off with that, right? So now, do you be human? In any action, reflection that you take, you might ask yourself as well, how does this open my heart and who does it serve? And in being with the larger collective discussion, collective engagement with what's human and what's not, and what is maybe not human, we only know if we move from the heart, if we can stay truly rooted in our humanity and lead with that ferocious, vivacious, leonine Leo season energy. So much love to you.